Just about everything we consume makes it to the store shelves by truck. Things can feel awfully lonely when driving thousands of miles day in and day out the way truckers do. There's time, some say too much time, to think. Perhaps thoughts about home, family, work, and the issues of life. But God is at work in the lives of these big rig drivers, drawing them to himself. At the Iron Skillet Petro Truckstop at IH-10 and Ackerman Road, Dennis DeGlopper eagerly awaits their arrival to introduce them to the unique concept of the Trucker's Chapel. For drivers who know Christ, it can be an oasis for spiritual refreshment. For others who are curious about God, it's a convenient way to explore a relationship with him. And if you think about it, it's next to impossible to fit an 80,000-pound truck into a church parking lot.
If you look across this parking lot, there's 250 spaces for trucks to park, and they estimate that turns over every 4 or 6 hours. So if you do the math, that's about 1,000 people a day that we have the opportunity to minister to. And I consider that a people group, a culture that oftentimes falls through the cracks.
About half an hour before services begin, DeGlopper extends an invitation to worship.
Good evening, Petro customers. This is Chaplain Dennis with Truckstop Ministries. I'd like to invite you this evening to our Bible study and Truckers Fellowship. We're starting at 7 o'clock. The chapel is now open. You're welcome to come over for music and fellowship.
He then greets them one by one at the restaurant door.
We're in the chapel right on the other side of the restaurant here. Across the country, the various truck stops realize that the presence of a ministry helps alleviate some of the things that they would rather not have ongoing at their truck stop. There's truck stops that are noted for drugs and prostitution and that sort of thing. And the more we're here, the less of that there is.
The hour for worship has come. Inside the narrow trailer, the Trucker's Chapel looks like a regular church. There's a pulpit for preaching, chairs for pews, and music for singing.
We have come into his house, gathering his name to worship Christ alone.
With Bibles open, DeGlopper brings the message.
Are letters from Paul, the apostle, to the various churches that he had helped start, helped plant, and they're filled with encouragement, filled with nuggets of information that we can use today.
There are truckers' chapels at petrol stops and others across the country. Meet Lady Trucker Miss Kitty. This is her first encounter with a church service along the road.
Actually, I was coming down the road and I heard the CB announcement. And I thought, well, I need to stop and do my paperwork anyway. If I catch the service, that might be just what I need. And yes, it's just so refreshing to know that out here on the world, when you feel like you're by yourself, you're not. That the Lord's with you and there's other believers out here. And that you can congregate and you can get together and share that just for a few minutes. It'll get you to your next position.
Couples like John and Beverly Pettis often travel together.
They're really lonely guys. They act like they're real tough and brave and mean and this and that and the other, but they're really hurting. And if there's a place they can come and visit and pray, meet Jesus, this is it.
It has been said that truck drivers keep America running. Have you thought about how you can reach these men and women with the gospel? Rich and Annamarie Bello are missionaries with Truckstop Ministries worldwide. They travel from truck stop to truck stop, sharing the gospel with drivers who are on long hauls, filling up at the pump, or just taking a break in the lounge. Annamarie sets up a table with handouts, offering resources and a friendly face, but it's their rig that truly stands out. It's not just a truck, it's a moving symbol of faith, patriotism, and support for our first responders. Drivers respond positively, finding moments of peace and connection in their hectic lives. Join Rich and Annamarie in sharing the gospel with truck drivers across the nation, bringing the hope of salvation, faith, and the love of Jesus Christ, one truck driver at a time. Would you consider partnering with the Bellos through prayer and financial support?